This area is for wages and salaries, and it's breakdown. Wages 383 million, salaries 172 million. Those are monthly staff, and pension 88 million, giving you 643. This came about because of our program. You remember we reopened Rosal Estate. Rosal Estate now is producing sugar. We have employed a total of 543 new employees. And we employ these people because of the mechanization program we have started. And we must also see those persons are from the area of Rose Hall who were severed when the factory was closed.
The Zealot Primary School and the Arthurville Primary School. Arthurville is on the island of Wakenham, and the residents there, hitherto in the last 5 years, what had been built was this spanking new, very pretty guard hut, but the school was dilapidated. And the residents' parents rightfully made an objection to their children going to a school that was dangerous for them. And so we broke that down and reconstructed a school. And while we were able to use back some of the furniture, in the process, we had to replace some, as well as put in for the first time something the school has never had, furniture for the TVET labs, the computer labs, and all the other facilities that are currently in that really nicely appointed school. So it's for Arthurville on the island of West Essequibo, on the island of Wakenham in the Essequibo River, and for Zealot. When I visited Zealot, sir, in 2021, I think, the school was literally shaking. And I made a commitment immediately that we would rebuild the school, which we have done. But that was done through the region. And while the estimates catered for the building, the physical infrastructure, the region perhaps didn't think it through and didn't cater for furniture. We have now changed how we're building schools. And by the way, that is very common. It wasn't corrected in any of the 5 years that my colleagues spent in government, that buildings were built and furniture was provided later. We're now changing that, and we are putting in the entire bill of quantities, the buildings as well as what would be needed to furnish, and that's what people are bidding on through public bid processes. And so these are for the rebuilding of the Zeeburg School, which is Zealot School, which will house over 500 children.
I'm glad that she did mention the issues of an increase in fires, which is a fact. There has been a large requirement for responses to fires in this dry season. We have the El Nino on us. Temperatures have been going up to 34, 35 degrees Celsius, particularly in country areas where it has been dry. There have been a lot of grass fires. There have also been a number of malicious setting of fires, and in addition to that, the fire service has the ambulance service with it, and the responses for both the fire service and the ambulance service itself, which it is partnered with, is also in response to increased calls and also in response to malicious and fake calls, which adds up to all of the problem. The sum that we're requiring is just $24 million. There have been a number of new assets which we have procured. 2 new excavators, and we brought online a couple of new assets, including a new firefighting unit at the airport, an aerodrome firefighting unit, and a ladder for going up to rescue people, which is employed at the hotel fire on the East Bank. To give some specifics, we have, in terms of grass fires, 807 grass and rubbish fires countrywide, 6,140 ambulance calls for the year so far, 510 building fires were recorded year to date. We have a new support nuclear Hilux pickup, 2 new excavators, and all of this requires our response to what the bill to acquire the payment for the fuel and lubricants.